I ain't going to go for that.
Well, anyway, I think
well, then you're going to have a revolution on your hands.
What these people really want is total control. They're moving us towards a fascist society. That's what it's all about. But first of all, they have to destroy our currency before they can accomplish that, and they're in the process of doing it. They're talking about a $1.8 trillion deficit for this year, and that's what they're admitting to. I think Bob's right. It's going to be a great deal more than that. And once the rest of the world quits buying our debt, why, hang on to your hat, once the American dollar ceases to be the reserve currency of the world, why, all those dollars are going to begin channeling back in here. It's really going to destroy the value of anything which is tied to the dollar. Pensions, annuities, bonds, everything that people have worked their whole life for. So we're in for real trouble. Anyway, God bless them. One more question.
When is all this going to happen?
What's that?
Can you ask him when does he think all this will happen? This year or next year?
Well, I think that hyperinflation is going to be taking hold here this month, and it will start to show up during the summer and fall. And that'll go on for 2, perhaps even 3 years. And then finally we'll have a collapse. And the collapse will be deflationary.
Do you see the gasoline going up any higher? Because right now it's about $2.50 a gallon.
Well, it all depends on where you live. National average up 25 cents to $2.30 a gallon. In Florida, they're buying gas at $2.26. You just gave me another price. Wholesale gasoline went up 10 cents in the last 2 business days. So look for another increase coming. I see a refinery burnt down someplace today.
Yep.
And so that doesn't help.
Okay.
Right, thanks
very much, Andre. And let's go to Tom calling from Chicago. Again, our telephone number, 1-888-24-LIBERTY, 1-888-24-LIBERTY, or 464-8295. Tom, how you doing?
Real good, Dr. Stan. Thank you, and thank you, Bob, for all your wonderful information. I'm a happy subscriber, as one of the previous callers said. I would like to tell you that I just paid $2.69 a gallon for regular in Chicago, and it's $2.99 for premium. So that's
pretty
a little
expensive.
heads up on that.
So maybe we're going to see higher prices here during the summer.
Probably.
I mean, you never know what they've got in store for us. And all the twists and turns in their perverted minds.
And of course, the thing is that the prices are totally manipulated on the commodity markets, and they manipulate them. But the average individual doesn't understand. They manipulate the price of commodities, of gasoline, of gold and silver. They manipulate the prices of the stock market. It's all an illusion. But anyway, anything else you want to say, Tom, before we let you go?
Yes, I'd like to ask Bob. Are you familiar with Patrick Kiley?
Hold on. We'll be back here in just a moment here at Radio Liberty. All right. What was your question, Tom?
I'd like to know if Bob is familiar with a gentleman. I think he's about Bob's age, in that age that's about 10 years older than me, and I won't go into that.
All right. Well, let's just ask Bob.
Patrick Kiley.
Why did you specifically want to know? Was there any question about that?
The reason I wanted to know, this guy, he's on Chicago radio on Sunday mornings, I think syndicated throughout the country. And he is the most interesting guy. It's like Bob was teaching him all the years about the financial collapse, and he sounds just like Paul Harvey did 40 years ago.
Any comment?
Well, I know who he is, and I was on his program, and if he sounds a little like me, then that's understandable.
Okay, there's your answer, Tom.
Okay, one more question, and that question is around gold. Do you think gold will be kept down at this 920 level for a while, or you think it's going to shoot higher?
Well, it's hard to tell. You can see the government in the market, and they're trying to keep the stock market up at these levels because they want the banks, the financial companies, and others to be able to sell stock at these higher levels than the companies were selling for just 2 months ago. And in that way, they can pour money and make into these companies and make them stronger financially. But they only can hold this market up so long and suppress gold and silver so long. And then they've got to let it go. It costs hundreds of billions of dollars to do this. But they're doing it. But they only can do it on a temporary basis.
Okay, we're going to have
It's only a matter of time before the markets go down and gold and silver go up.
Tom, we're going to let you go because we've had other callers on the line.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And so what do you think about the Swiss banks? Are they fairly stable?
Well, they are overall. What concerns me about Switzerland is they've been doing what the ECB and the Bank of England and the Federal Reserve have been doing, and that is they've been going into the market and buying securitized bonds made up of mortgages, which are called toxic waste. And I don't like that the Swiss did that, and I don't think there was any reason they had to do it. And also, they have now a stated policy that they're not going to allow their currency to appreciate as it has before.
Hold that thought. We'll be back in just a moment here. Well, this is Dr. Stan. We've got one last caller, Chris from Kentucky. Chris, do you have a quick question for Bob? We're out of time.
Yes, I'll make it really quick. I know you're pressed for time. You know, I've been monitoring the stock markets like CNBC and all that, and saying, well, don't worry about a collapse. Keep investing. Everything's going to be okay. You're going to be protected. Bob, we will not be protected in a complete collapse. We can lose everything. Is that correct?
Well, I think the only people who are going to keep their wealth are people who are in gold and silver-related assets. Other than that, I have no answer.
Okay, Chris, there it is, and God bless and thank you. And Bob, I appreciate your being with us, and we'll look forward to having you on again tonight.
Well, thank you very much. I'll be there.
God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, well, I guess it's been Bob Chapman of the International Forecaster. I hope you have been listening to him and heeding his advice because, believe me, we are in a bear rally on the stock market, in my estimation. I'm not a financial advisor, but the financial advisors have betrayed their clients. That's why they're financial advisors. If they told you the truth, why they wouldn't it wouldn't be financial advisors. They wouldn't be allowed to put their information out. And it's a sucker trap. Understand what's really going on. We've got a great new book we're carrying. It's titled Meltdown. It's by Thomas Wood of the von Mises Institute. It goes into the fundamentals of what's happening financially and why we're in the mess we are. It was a New York Times bestseller book, but very well written and very well constructed, and very important you understand the fundamentals of what's going on. That is Meltdown by Thomas Wood.